Block out.
Drexler started that play in a nice defensive move. Robinson, Porter. Top of the key, finds room. Over to Robinson. It'll be good if it had gone. It didn't, but he is fouled. Gary Payton.
Payton has an astonished look, but he slipped down,
Yeah.
and on his way down, trying to reach, got a little bit of the hip of Cliff Robinson, so Robinson gets bailed out on his third shot attempt.
69% shooter at the free throw line and bricks the first attempt. Averaging just a shade under 20 points a game. He has certainly helped carry the Blazer team to this point with the nagging injuries that the Blazers have had. Robinson misses both free throws, and the Sonics continue to lead by 2, and up the floor they go. Great looking for Pierce off that screen. Brings it around.
If you want to know if the Trailblazers are in the ball game, watch them at the defensive end. If they're reacting, if they're forcing the other team to make some mistakes, if Payton comes back and makes a steal.
Blazers had it but lost it. And Pierce throws up a shot. It's not good. Kemp is there. Broken up. Picked off. Drexler. Blazers get it back. Porter underneath the Duckworth. He is fouled before he got the shot away. He was all the way up the court, Steve, and all of a sudden 4 white shirts were there.
Drexler makes a terrific save right here to get it collected and have the presence of mind to get it back to Porter. They start a transition opportunity. Duckworth bobbled the ball. He would have had an easy 2, and it is Ricky Pierce that picks up the foul.
Duckworth with a chance to tie, and he gets 1 to go down. George Carl. Look at that. Is it an awful looking tie?
Well, it's supposed to be the Space Needle.
Yeah.
But some designs shouldn't be put on top.
That's 1. Duckworth to tie. 9:05 to go in the opening period. We are tied. Should be a dandy, folks. Wherever you may be, stay right where you are. Payton to the top of the key. Over for Pierce, who was out a long time prior to the game working with the assistant coaches. Pierce tries to penetrate, and Drexler comes over to help out, and he picks up the foul. Drexler out along the side.
This floor seems to be slick. Players are slipping and sliding. Pierce on his way in busts through.
Drexler picks up the foul. McKee drops it for Payton. Game is tied at 4 here at the Kingdom. Payton fakes. McKee, Duckworth out on Derek McKee. Gonna drive, and he goes. Left-handed hook shot. No good. Tip in. No good. Pierce is there. Puts it up. Foul from behind. Clyde Drexler, his second of the game. That's quick.
Clyde Drexler, his second team foul.
Rebounding. That's going to be a story all night long, and you see 3 white shirts on the inside, so that means they're going to get multiple chances, and Drexler trying to make a block, drapes the arm across the shoulders of Pierce, who's a terrific free throw.
91%. He gets the first one to go down.
Ricky Pierce almost set a record last year, 75 straight, almost got Calvin Murphy 78 and did not, I repeat, lead the NBA in free throwing. That went to Mark Price.
Isn't that something? Pierce gets 2 to go down here, and the Sonics again lead by 2. Little pressure by Seattle. Porter driving on the wing. Gets away from Payton. Back out to Williams. Over to Duck. Iron shot. Pierce, long pass to Payton underneath. Cut down from behind by Sean Kemp. He leaped right out of the Kingdom. He's got 4 points in the game. What a mighty tap in that was.
He rode the shoulders of, I think that was Kevin Duckworth to get that one. But this floor, as I said before, seems to be a little, players are falling down, flying all over the place. You see Payton trying to catch and locate the rim, barely misses. Now there's a Trailblazer inside, and Kemp comes over the top of him to throw it down. Adelman wanted a shot as an offensive goaltender. There's Kevin Duckworth, Kemp right on the top.
Foul was on Sean Kemp, his first, and Drexler gets the first one to go down. What about the difference, Steve, in this building for either team playing here? Unfamiliar ground, more or less.
Well, if you're a visitor, you're always in semi-foreign territory. The Trailblazers in this group have been in there before, and for one game, I don't think it's a problem for them. I think it's more of a psychological problem for the Sonics because they feel it's a neutral court. And for Portland, they get 20,000 fans that come up here. They get the same kind of numbers from Chicago. They feel that they don't really have a home court advantage.
Payton penetrates. Duckworth, goaltending. Gary Payton, 4 points. Duck really skied for that, too.
Duckworth right in front of the rim, but he came out a little late. The call goes against him.
Sonics 5-4, 7:35 to go. Drexler playing with 2 quick early fouls, and the ball batted away by Pierce, but Klein gets it back to Duckworth. Drexler over for Porter, finds room up the middle. He'll go to the free throw line. And Spooner tells us that's Mr. Sean Kemp again. How about that? Drexler with 2 fouls, Kemp with 2 early in the ballgame. Interesting.
The Sonics are doing a good job initially at the point of attack, but once Portland is able to beat that initial defender, they're able to get in deep. Kemp has got 2. His history with playing with fouls is not nearly as good as Drexler, and it appears that George Karl is going to make a move. Nate McMillan.
As Porter misses the first free throw attempt, the Blazers have missed 3 free throws so far in the game.
Terry Porter may be showing signs of coming back to life. He's had a stretch of ball games where he just was struggling after the Golden State game, but a strong game against the Nuggets, but 2 free throws don't go.
Now they've missed 4. You've got to make them. 10-6, Sonics 5-4. They have the ball. Payton floats out on top, gets it and hits. Gary Payton, he's got 6 in the game. Sonics' biggest lead of the night.
That is a shot they used to give Payton. Now you're going to have to come up and pressure him and make him shoot that ball on the move.
Sonics very, very active. Duckworth gives up the shot, gets it to Porter for 3. It's iron. Sonics with the ball. Pierce, we got a 4-on-2. Payton, Pierce. They play catch. Pierce up the middle. Doesn't get it to go down. Porter waits. Buck Williams up the middle. Rolls it around and out. Not good. Sonics with the ball again. Up and down, as we said in the pregame portion of our broadcast. Timeout. First one of the night, 6:34, and the Sonics lead.
SuperSonics for their contribution to the success of the SuperSonics Jam and Hoops camp.
And the Sonics lead 14-6. Just that quick. They're on an 8-0 run right now. Strickland double teamed at midcourt. A lot of pressure by the Sonics. Gives it up, gets it back. Jams it home. 4 points for Buck Williams.
That's what Portland has to do. Against that pressure, be aggressive in attacking it.
Derek McKee drives on Duckworth. Doesn't get it to go down. Blazers have the ball. Porter Robinson drives. Wanted to jam it. No foul from behind. He was waiting for the whistle. Didn't get it. Here come the Sonics. McKee spots for 3. Doesn't drop. And Rod Strickland around the ball again. Comes up with it. 14-8. Porter fakes a 3-pointer in the quarter.
Porter's got a mismatch. We'll find out whether he gets a chance to go. They end up with an illegal defense. This one against Ricky Pierce. I'm still trying to understand how he didn't get a call on that last one. You get one more look at that. See, they should have camouflaged that. It would have been a much better design.
Oh, he's got to take that thing off. 14-8, that's the score.
Mismatch for Cliff Robinson against Nate McMillan.
And he goes and dribbled the ball off the toe of his foot. Turnover number 3 for Portland. Payton quickly the other way. Finds room, unloads. He's got it. Oh, he's on fire. He's got 8. Gary Payton. We talk about Cliff Robinson doing his share of the load and carrying the Trailblazers. Gary Payton has done the same along with Sean Kemp for the Sonics, and they lead 16-8.
You got 3 guys around Robinson. I mean, someone's wide open, and you want to have that guy cutting to the hoop. They end up with a perimeter shot instead. Payton in transition.
Second shot way off the mark. McMillan. He traveled with the ball. Got the ball along the side and took 1 extra stride for the Sonics. That'll be their 3rd turnover. Both teams have turned the ball over 3 times.
To be struggling at the offensive end like Portland is presently and only down by 8, they still have a good chance to get some momentum here in the final 4:42 of the first quarter of play. The Sonics are trying to show a trap. They get the steal.
Fouls Gary Payton from behind. Payton came up, stepped in front, and Strickland grabbed him. It will not be a shooter. The Sonics will inbound the ball. In backcourt, McMillan, Rick Adelman in that familiar pose, looking on.
You see the Sonics' game plan is to create some turnovers, and so Portland's really got to be conscious of making good decisions with the ball.
Ricky Pierce high off the glass, in and out, but right there, Nate McMillan. Good position around the iron, and now it's a 10-point Seattle lead with 4:10 to go in the opening period.
Anytime you chase, you're going to be in trouble unless you get that initial shot, and the Sonics are going to send 2 and 3 people to the glass. Duckworth mismatch.
Underneath, he gets the ball from Buck Williams as they whip it around the infield, and Duck gets his first 2 of the game. Excuse me, he's got 4 in the game. A lob pass for Derek McKee, bothered from behind by Buck Williams, and McKee could not hang on to the ball. That's turnover number 4 for the Sonics. 3:45 to go in the opening period. 18-10, Seattle. 36,000 or so here at the Kingdome tonight.
They jump Porter, and that means that he's going to have to make a play. He's inside this time to Cliff Robinson.
Nice two-handed jam. Assist Terry Porter for Uncle Cliffy. That's his first field goal of the night. Blazers have scored 4 in a row. 18-12. Sonics by 4. Cage the high pick. McMillan pick and roll. Cage with the left hand scores. His first 2 of the game. Strickland on the fly. There's that double team again. Try to get it back to Duckworth. Ball is loose. Came down. Kick last by Cliff Robinson, and it'll be Seattle ball. Timeout. 3 minutes to go in the opening period. 4 for 12, 33%. That's what they're shooting, and the Sonics are 8 of 19.
Now the Sonics are getting more shots on goal. Whenever there's a miss, they're getting an offensive rebound. Right now, they're dominating the glass. So again, when they break down the defense, Portland's got to be cognizant that people are going to the glass. McKee with that too.
22-12. Blazers cut it to 4, but now they're down. Standing around, too, right now. Strickland, there he goes. Throws it up, doesn't drop. Off the rim, the Sonics up to the ball again. They've had it all night thus far. Payton gives it up to McMillan. Spots, throws it up. Not good. Michael K's the rebound. Payton, he's the hot man. Gives it up. They swing it around. McKee for 3. Mario Ellie in the ball game after the timeout up to the ball. Only played for George Karl in the CBA.
Here's one place the Trailblazers have a chance to get some good inside stuff. They get a foul on Michael Cage trying to shut down a rumbling Kevin Duckworth. But they got to look in Kevin Duckworth's direction, particularly when they don't have anyone with any size and strength to really keep him from getting position. Eddie Johnson in the ball game.
And Duckworth will go to the line. The Blazers are 4 for 8 at the line. Ducks got 4 points in the game. Blazers really getting themselves out rebounded big so far tonight. Duckworth drops one down. Kevin's got 5 points in the game. The Sonics are going again without Benoit Benjamin, missing his second game. He will miss the Sonic game tomorrow night against the Clippers at the Seattle Center Coliseum as well. 6 points for Kevin Duckworth. 22-14. Minute 45 and counting to go in the opening period from the Kingdom in Seattle on a Friday night. McKee, Duckworth, backs him in. 5 seconds on the clock. Duck slaps the ball away. 3 seconds, 2. They're going to have to get it away. They do and score. Derek McKee for 3. 1 tick of the clock to go. He's got 5 in the game.
Duckworth now has McKee guarding him. Kevin did a nice job the last time down. They've got to give Duckworth a chance to get busy inside. But Robinson misses Williams there with a follow.
And the Blazers needed that tip in. Buck Williams was 6 points in the game. A minute coming up to go. Inside. Cage trying to roll it around. No good. And they're going to call goaltending, says Billy Oakes on Duckworth. On a delayed whistle now, Rick Adelman jumps off the bench.
Adelman's upset because they actually tipped while it was on the rim. Cage misses the first time the ball is rolling around. Before it comes off, he's right back there again. He's got 4.
He certainly does. 27-16. Blazers need a hoop. Robinson, they double team him. Right from the start they've done that.
Now the double teaming is not the problem. It's moving after the double team. Portland's got to be aware of where the double team is. Duckworth.
With 2 seconds on the clock. Puts it up, no good. Gets his own rebound. Puts it up, and he is fouled.
What the Sonics are doing defensively, whenever the ball is advanced and over to the wing, immediately they're jumping that player. Then they're sending another weak side defender. So Portland has to get the ball in the middle of the court and then go toward the basket. They haven't done it yet.
Eddie Johnson picks up the foul. Duck back at the line again. Drops it down. Kevin's the leading Blazer scorer with 7 points. Dana Barrows checks into the game for the Sonics, and Gary Payton will take a little rest. All of this with 35.9 ticks of the clock to go in the opening quarter. 27-17. Now it's a 9-point spread. Duck with 8 in the game. McMillan finds room, leaves it for McKee. His shot, good. 15-footer along the baseline. He's got 7. Derek McKee.
They talk about Sean Kemp, but easily the most gifted player on this team is Derek McKee. The problem is that McKee is unfortunate enough for assuming the leadership that goes with his kind of talent. So you see him from time to time in and out. You got a quick technical by Bill Oakes. Gurich used to work for Gary Tarkanian.
Eddie Johnson and the Sonics have their biggest lead of the game. Well, when you shoot only 29%, you get out-rebounded 20-9, and they're only 9 for 15 from the free throw line. Things aren't going your way, and the Sonics have a 12-point lead.
Strickland has got to finish that play. The lane was wide open. He was right at the rim and made a tough shot out of it, and there are going to be chances for him to get inside. He's got to make the defense pay.
Barrows tried to launch a 3. Robinson driving on Eddie Johnson. Baseline drive. Puts it up and around. Not good. Scramble for the ball. Gets it again. Puts it up. He scores. He's fouled. That's the way to keep after it.
Big effort by Cliff Robinson to stay after it. He thought his initial try was going to be a good one. Missed it. Kept it once along with Mario Ellie, and then finally gets control and gets the little bump from Vincent Askew down below.
4 points. Needs the free throw. And he gets it. 5 points for Cliff Robinson. 31-22. McMillan right to the circle. Looks for Kent. Throws it up off balance. Doesn't get it. Rolled off the glass to Robinson. Ball in the hands of Rod Strickland. Ellie bust around McMillan. Had the ball batted away loose in the paint, and it comes out to Sean Kemp. And his bounce pass intended to Barrows skips out of bounds. Turnover for the Sonics, their 5th of the game.
field goal percentage for the Trailblazers is very low. The Sonics not really a great one themselves, but they did a great job of getting extra shots by going to the offensive board. Porter lost that one.
Yeah, dangerous cross-court pass from Robinson to Terry Porter, and the Blazers turn it over. That's their
Porter
fifth.
signaled for that and then didn't step to the ball. And the Sonics are sending a man up. They want that pass to be made, and then they're going to try to make an interception. So Terry, if he asks for the ball, has got to be aggressive in going to get it. Terry.
From Nate McMillan, Dana Barrows, wide open along the end line. He's got 2 in the game, 33-22. Ellie, three-point territory, doesn't shoot. Looking. Mark Bryant in the game. Back to the ball. Kemp is on him. Kicked it back to Porter. Got to unload from outside. Drills it. Nothing but Porter in BC. Close to a Rip City, but not quite. Now the Blazers double team a little bit. Askew. Back to Barrows. He drives. Gets it to Kemp. Jam. Sean Kemp playing with 2 personal fouls. He's got 6. Remember, Drexler's on the Pines with 3 first-quarter fouls. Robinson underneath. Lost the ball. And here come the Sonics. Askew, and he's fouled from behind. Rod Strickland.
The foul on number 1.
Turnovers, and we talked about that is part of the Sonics game plan. They have been quick in reacting defensively and then getting back to the ball. Robinson shaking his head as he is struggling to get his ball handling down. He would have been open for a good opportunity had he been able to hang on to the ball.
McMillan, Kemp going to back in on Mark Bryant. Swing it back out on top. Barrows gives it up. Askew in the paint. And we've got an offensive foul.
Foul is against Askew. He missed his shot, then tried to get back, and rebound came over the top of Mark Bryant. Problem for Portland is whenever they double team, they're leaving someone open to go to the glass, and that player is usually either keeping the ball alive or putting it back in.
8:40 to go in the first half here at the Kingdome. Bonded underneath for Cliff Robinson, and he's fouled from behind.
Trying to take advantage of a mismatch. Robinson, Askew. They get a lob, and they fortunately get a call, but Askew underneath. Now they're going to send Nate McMillan down there. They got a chance to enter the ball right away, and they don't get it to him.
To Robinson. Into Rod Strickland. Well, they double-team Cliff Robinson, and Strickland left wide open underneath the basket, and he gets his first 2. 35-26.
Good recognition by Cliff Robinson. He saw where the double team came from, and it was Dana Barrows who was coming over. Askew leaves that short.
He's playing with 3 fouls. Porter carousing. Ellie. Out of Robinson. Back into Bryant. Not the right pass. The Sonics, after a Blazer turnover, down to Barrows. He rims it in and out. Eddie Johnson. He's got 4.
Would have been the right pass if it had been a bounce pass and Mark Bryant had continued on to the hoop.
Got to think.
The Sonics have done a good job of confusing Portland with their double team. Where it's coming from, Strickland.
14-footer from the left side. He's got 4 in the game. Blazers needed that basket. 37-28. Sonics lead. McMillan, Barrows likes those howitzers. Gets it to Kemp. In he goes. He is hacked by Mark Bryant. Clyde Drexler will check back into the ball game along with Buck Williams.
Big gamble here by Adelman to see if he can squeeze 7 minutes, 18 seconds out of Drexler without picking up another personal foul and get him going into the ball game and have him ready for the second half of play.
Drexler will play the small forward spot. Strickland and Porter in the backcourt. Buck Williams and Mark Bryant still up front. Kemp with 6 points, now has 7. Sean Kemp. 46% shooter from the floor, 71% at the free throw line, averaging 19. The Sonics leading scorer. He's got 8 in this one, and he's playing with 2 fouls. But remember again, Drexler playing with 3 personal fouls. But Williams from Strickland. Over to Clyde. Launches for three. In the hopper and out. And the Sonics up for the ball. McMillan over the timeline. Down the floor to Kemp. Getting a hand in the way. Mark Bryant. And a timeout is called. Kicked it back out. Barrows for three. There it is. Biggest Seattle lead right now, 42-28. Need a hoop. Mark Bryant's not going to get it. Blazers don't get the rebound. Diving for the ball. The Sonics come up with it. Askew to McMillan. To Kemp. Look at it. Right at the net. And they're on a roll. Kemp with 10. And a 20-second timeout, Steve, called by Rick Adelman. I guess so.
You can't gamble. If you take a look at the big crowd here in the Kingdome, it's supposed to be in excess of 35,000. We'll get a true number on that, but plenty of folks in here. If you gamble in the back court, you're going to get yourself hurt. McMillan asked you, they have the ball. Strickland thought he might have a chance. By then he's too late, and out of the backcourt very quickly is Nate McMillan, and that puts Sean Kemp right at the rim for an easy two. So Portland's got to make good, solid decisions after they miss a shot. You see a commanding board number by the Sonics.
And Seattle with 11 fast break points. The Blazers have only 2 so far tonight. Nice backdoor play, but Buck Williams couldn't get it to go. Ball batted away inside. It's loose. Tracy Murray in the ball game after the 20-second timeout. He comes up with, look what I found, folks, and put it down. Blazers will take 2 any way they can get it as of the moment. Kemp gives it up. Over to McMillan. 44-30. Seattle. To Barrows. Gives up a 3. No 3-second violation. 1 pass too many. Should have taken the shot.
Sonics are doing a good job of initially making the Trailblazer defense react to Sean Kemp inside. That time they took too long in deciding where they wanted to get a shot. Kemp stuck in the lane.
Blazers need a little roll if they can get it.
And Portland needs some ball movement very quickly and then attacking the rim.
Tracy Murray for 3. Rip. City. No, the Blazers needed that one. He's got 5. Tracy Murray. He's in the game about 35 seconds, and he's got 5 points already.
Murray's strong shoot is shooting the basketball, and they're willing to give the Trailblazers perimeter shots. And he's got to adjust to the fact that Eddie Johnson is also a terrific shooter himself.
And he just gets 2 more. He's got 6 in the game. Drexler takes Askew, baseline, turns around, fade away, doesn't get the roll, and they're going to have a loose ball foul on Eddie Johnson and a technical on George Carl. Oh, there's a technical foul on Eddie Johnson plus a foul. 3 on Eddie Johnson, and now the technical on Eddie Johnson will be attempted by Terry Porter. Terry has but 2 points in the game. He now has 3.
In the last 5 minutes of the second quarter, what Portland wants to do is get a rhythm and a feel of how to attack the Sonics. The Sonics have been the aggressors, and they have forced Portland to react. They seem to be playing on black ice. They're slipping and sliding out there, not handling the ball well, and that's put them in a hole. There's still plenty of time for them to get back in the game. There's chances for them to penetrate. They also have to remember that Tracy Murray is out on the floor, and he can shoot the ball.
Strickland gets an outside Springer to go down. He's got 6. Gary Payton back into the Seattle lineup right now. We're down to 4:40 and counting to go in the first half. 46-36, 10-point game now. Pierce, McMillan for 3. No, crashing for the ball. Buck Williams. Blazers on a run, which they needed. Drexler spots for 3. All right, Murray and Drexler with 3-pointers. Drexler playing with 3 fouls, has 5 points in the game, and all of a sudden down from 16, and it's 46-39.
Again, you've got to challenge a shooter. And even though Drexler missed his first three-pointer, it looked like it.
But they're up and rooting right now. Drexler up on Nate McMillan. Kemp the pick. Bounce past Pierce. Put it up. Around and out. Kemp offensive rebound up and in. Big Sean Kemp. Blazers wanted that defensive stand, but they didn't get it. Kemp's got 12. That's a big basket for Seattle. Murray spots up. It'll only be for 2 if it goes, and it does. Had that right foot over the line. Tracy Murray. 7 quick points, 48-41.
Well, what's better about that is that you're aware that you got a shooter out there and you're giving him a chance to do what he does best. Murray is 3 for 3 since coming in the ball game.
Payton finds a little room. Now they double team Garrett. Got to give up the ball. They do. Underneath, Derek McKee fouled. 5 ticks of the clock remaining.
Foul on number 1, Rod.
The Sonics have done a better job of recognizing when to Sean Kemp. Kemp comes right over to Derek McKee, and it's Strickland trying to make the play from the rear. He picks up his 3rd personal foul. So you've got to prevent Nate McMillan from being able to see that deep inside in order to keep the Sonics from getting easy opportunities.
Cliff Robinson back in the Blazer lineup. Derek McKee has 7. Wheels out of the backcourt. 3:15 to go. Porter, Drexler banks it with his back to the basket. Porter to Drexler. Drexler now with 7. 49 to 43. Should have been an offensive foul, but no. Payton launches 1 for 3. Kemp up for the ball, and he's fouled. Buck Williams. That'll be his first of the game.
What Portland is doing on the initial miss is tipping the ball instead of going up and grabbing the basketball. They had a couple of Trailblazers with a chance to get the rebound. They tipped it. That allowed the ball to pop back out to the Sonics, and they get a foul against Buck Williams.
Was not a shooter, but the inbound to Payton. Payton rise up to the left hand, around the top of the circle, all the way to the basket. Should not allow him to do that. And Gary Payton has 10. For 3, Porter way short. Ball scrambled for it in the lane. Drexler. And we're going to have a timeout. A timeout called by Portland. We're down to 2:38 to go in the half. The Sonics lead. And Cliff Robinson double clutches, leaves it for Drexler for 3. It's iron all the way. And we're going to have a loose ball foul.
Tracy Murray.
Tracy Murray over the back. That will put the Sonics at the line at the other end. Don't forget, my friends, tonight we will be playing Payless Drugstores. First of the 4th contest. Our contest will have a chance to win a lot of money if they correctly guess the Blazer who makes the first Portland point. Field goal of 8 points as far as the Blazers are concerned. Cliff with 7. It's an 8-point game. Sonics were up by 16. Blazers whittled it down to within 6, and now it's an 8-point game. Pierce for 3. Doesn't stay. Buck Williams crashes for the ball. To Drexler. Under 2 minutes to go. Drexler. Tracy Murray. 20-footer. Good. Tracy Murray from Clyde Drexler. It's back to a 6-point deficit again.
Murray has done what he's had to do, which is catch and shoot. He's been pure so far tonight. Kemp lost the ball, but there's Cage to pick it up.
Michael Cage. He's got 6 in the game. 55-47. About a minute and a half to go. Let's pause 5 seconds for station identification. This is the Portland Trailblazers Television Network.
Rick Allen didn't want to gamble anymore, feeling he got 6 pretty good minutes out of Drexler. Sends Rod Strickland back in the ball game for the final 1:30. Strickland's also got 3 personal fouls himself.
The gamble paid off as far as the coaching staff is concerned. Strickland bounce past Robinson from the foul line. Short. There's Buck Williams. He came up with it, rolling around and down. It's good. He's fouled. The Blazers will take it, to say the least.
Foul number 31.
Derek McKee picks up the foul.
Cliff Robinson dumped off, and it looked like he passed up a good shot, but Buck Williams finally gets himself gathered and just forced that one, willed that ball to go in against Derek McKee. They're calling offensive interference.
Disallowed offensive interference.
On who?
Whoa! Are you kidding me?
You have to ask on who was the offensive interference.
They are going to take the basket away, and it's just going to be free throws.
Look at Tracy Murray on the outside. There was no hand up there. Just a miss. They kicked that one.
Boy, did they ever. They booted that right out of the kingdom. Now Buck Williams with 7 points, not 9. He still has 7 points. Missed the free throw as Rick stalks the sidelines.
Well, one thing Buck Williams has done well tonight is rebound the basketball. He's on a tear right now in terms of catching the 10,000 plateau. He needed 17 coming in.
Right.
We'll get the number for you. This is both the free throws.
Oh, you've got to make your free throws. 55-47. Blazers have missed a ton of those already tonight. Game could be tied. Pierce driving on Murray. In he goes. Drops it in the paint. No Sonic there. Blazers up for the ball. And Strickland is fouled. Ricky Pierce.
Foul is on number 22, Ricky Pierce. His second.
That'll put the Blazers at the free throw line again.
Strickland to the free throw.
Why are you warming up your hand? You think you're going to get in there and shoot some free throws tonight?
That's horse and habit. I want him to go in. Oh, 3 straight the Blazers have missed. 11 for 20 at the line. He got one to go down. 7 points, 55-48. That's the score. Strickland was 7. Time running down, 55 seconds and counting. Payton with the ball. He was hot in the first period for Seattle. Down to McKee, up the his back to the basket, throws it up. He's fouled. Ball was tipped down, but after the whistle, the foul is going to be on Cliff Robinson. That'll be his first.
Good attacking effort by McKee as Robinson thought he had smothered the shot. McKee gets the call.
Well, Derek will go to the line with 8 points. 46 seconds to go in the first half. A reminder that the December issue of Rip City Magazine is out of the newsstands. The December issue features an up-close interview with Cliff Robinson and a fold-out poster of the Terry Porter. If you want information on ordering a subscription, call 1-800-876-DUNK.
So
Rip City Magazine.
Here's some information for you.
What's that?
Bob Koffenberg has just flashed green, which means that they want to pressure after a free throw. We'll see what they come up with. Half-court trap now.
Coffee and those cards of his, huh? 57-48. Strickland up the middle. Lickety. Brindle draws a crowd. He doesn't score, but he is fouled. He'll go to the line again. That was on Gary Payton. That'll be Gary's second.
Good attacking drive. McMillan trying to reach in from the weak side. They give Payton a little push from the rear.
Now, folks, what is it at the free throw line? It's a 12 for... Excuse me. Strickland puts it down. John Simmons, what is it? 13 for 22 at the line right now.
Strickland off the bench has 8 and has given Portland a lift since he's come into the ball game. And they've got to continue their surge. Gets both of those. He's got 9.
9 in the game. 57-50. Down by 16 at one point. There's the press. Askew back in. Over to Pierce. Oh, he gets a wide open shot. Blazers trap. But the Sonics get 2 out of it. Pierce was 6. 9-point game. Porter double teamed at midcourt. Over to Williams. 2-second differential. Shot clock. Game clock. Ball in the hands of Rod Strickland. Shot clock down to 5.
When that double team comes, Strickland's got to cut to the basket.
Got to hurry. Strickland gets it to go down at the horn with 1.9 seconds to go. Big basket for Portland. Here comes Pierce over the midcourt line. Puts it up. It would not have been good had it had gone. Halftime at the Kingdom in Seattle. It's Seattle 59, Portland 52.
Kemp, the Rain Man, over the top. Right out of that play, you had Rick Adelman on his feet calling for a foul. Cliff Robinson, who had struggled in trying to get his hands on the ball, finally corralled it with 2 hands, threw that one down with some authority. Ricky Pierce with a miss, but this is what the Sonics did better than the Trailblazers during the first half of play. Catch all of the loose balls, put them back in. Duckworth with a good defensive job against Derek McKee, and at the buzzer on the shot clock, he cashed a 3-point field goal. The fast stats tell us that the Trailblazers' leading scorers are the ones that came off the bench. Rod Strickland with 11, Tracy Murray, who's yet to miss a shot, with 9, Kevin Duckworth, a starter with 8 in the first quarter. Good balance for the Sonics. Sean Kemp with 10.
Over for Clyde. Still playing with 3 fouls. Now to Duck, low post, turn around over Payton. Payton got a hand on it, and Kemp up for the ball.
Duckworth got fouled on the shot and said something to the official, but he got no respect there. So Payton gets away with one, and the Sonics have the basketball back.
In the hands of Derek McKee, and a 7-point Seattle lead. He palmed the ball. Yes, sir. It took his eye off the ball, looked one way, went the other. Turnover, and George Karl, without a horrible-looking tie, looking on.
There are a lot of purists that just got out of their seats and applauded the call by Bill Lopes, because that is one that is rarely made, and more we see players getting their hand well underneath the ball, and anytime you can do that, you can make a terrific move.
Draws a crowd. He'll go to the line that time.
Now, if you're Payton and the Sonics, you would have rather had this call way out high, right there where the initial bump is. Now he comes all the way in, and Porter gets a foul. They felt that there was no call, but Terry Porter gets a chance to start his second half from the line.
3 fouls on Derek McKee, and Terry Porter bounces the first one down. 4 points only so far in tonight's ball game for Terry Porter.
Well, Porter is yet to get that lathered look that really tells you that he's in the ball game, and we'll find out as this half works on whether he works his way into it, because that is a sign that Porter is ready to play.
Portland within 5. Ricky Pierce throws up a shot that doesn't go, but it comes right back to him. And then he is charged with an offensive foul. Ricky Pierce out of control. Blazers get a break. 3rd personal foul for Ricky Pierce.
Very quickly, Buck Williams shuts off the baseline, then does a good job of drawing the foul. Drexler
off the double screen. Doesn't get it to go. Cage. Payton. Trying to get it over to McKee. The big hand of Kevin Duckworth. Just grabbed the ball out of the air. In goes Porter. Lost it. Drexler. Robinson with a right headband. Give and go. Give it up. Get it back. Score the goal. Cliff Robinson.
Some good patience there by Robinson, because his feet said he wanted to pull the trigger on that 3, but he dropped it inside and got an easy 2 in return. Payton can't control the rebound, but he gets Porter to step out of bounds, and they will get the basketball back.
They get 3 points Seattle lead now. They had a 16-point lead on a big 11-2 run in the first half. The Blazers have made the comeback. The defensive stand. Payton dances. 10 seconds on the clock. Derek McKee, in he goes. And the ball batted away. It's loose, up with it, and they score.
McKee, again, once they get a broken play, they're really very good at attacking the rim. Drexler very quickly the other way.
Yes, on a nice attack of the Blazers' own. Clyde Drexler with 9, 61-58. Pierce on the drive, and the ball batted away. Drexler, another defensive gem. Drexler up the middle, all the way, rolling around. It's not good. Terry Porter was right there. Ball to the corner. Sonics have it.
Drexler was thinking foul, got none of it, and Payton gets 2.
He has 12 in the game, 63-58. Porter for 3. Yes! Big 3-point basket by Terry Porter. 8 points for Terry. 2-point game.
Portland is doing a better job defensively here at the top of the period, and the Sonics are confused. The thing that's helped them is their ability to rebound the ball. McKee
gets a big one from the baseline. Derek McKee with 14.
Now you got to go through and to let Duckworth get a chance to work. He traveled and trying to get himself set, so it's a turnover.
He tried to take Michael Cage low. Nate McMillan checks into the Seattle lineup, and Ricky Pierce will sit down. 65-61, Seattle. McKee. He drives the baseline.
Offensive foul, Sean Kemp.
Yes.
Nailed Cliff Robinson on the screen.
That's his third, Steve.
See the drive by McKee, but the moving screen, and that's where Bill Oakes picked up the play. So there's Cliff Robinson beaten, and watch Sean Kemp move into the play. He never was set.
11 turnovers in the game for the Sonics. Was getting fired up. He had 3 quick personal fouls. He still has 3. Porter fakes a 3. Gives it up for Robinson. He'll unload. No good. Seattle, Payton. McKee for 3. Drexler the rebound.
Now this is where Portland's got to attack. Porter pulls his trigger on a 3. Buck Williams was asking for a pass on the way to the hoop.
Blazers fail to score. McKee. Payton baseline drive around Porter. We've got whistles. Terry Porter picks up a reach in. That's his first of the game.
Terry Porter, his first team foul of the quarter against Portland.
4-point Seattle lead. 7:25 to go here in the third period. Still no attendance count, but around 35,000, possibly more. Kemp double team him. Swing it around Payton. Buck Williams climbed the golden ladder for the rebound. The Drexler wheels and deals underneath the Robinson, banks it. Nicely done. Williams to Drexler to Robinson. Uncle Cliff's got 11. Time shooting percentage, and the Sonics by 2. Into Kent. Fadeaway over Buck Williams. Doesn't drop. Cage, offensive rebound. Up on the left hand, no. Gets it again, no. Tipped around, high in the air, out of bounds off Duckworth.
You see the strength of Cage and the Sonics to keep the ball alive. They get a good look for Kemp. He misses. Cage comes up with a strong shot and a wheel and beats everyone back to it. And they finally get a score. Sean Kemp.
Sean Kemp tipped it in again. He's got 16 on a drive by Nate McMillan.
You have to keep those guys off the rim. You just can't jump for the ball against them because they're as good at getting the ball off the glass as a trailblazer. You get a reach in.
On Michael Cage as Drexler was backing in. Blazers getting out rebounded to this point 37-20. Eddie Johnson checks into the game, and Michael Cage.
Out of that number, how many of those rebounds are on the offensive end? Because that is really where Portland is being hurt in this ballgame. And Portland's been able to close down on the lead, and the Sonics percentage is beginning to come down, but they're able to stay alive because they're getting putbacks.
Drexler misses the first free throw. That's 16 for 26 in the game. Clyde's second free throw. It's down. He's got 10 in the game. 3-point Seattle lead. 6 minutes about remaining in the third. Eddie Johnson. Robinson on him. Swing it out on top. And a whistle away from the ball. Duckworth. He just knocked down Eddie Johnson away from the ball. Duck picks up his first personal foul. Blazers again playing without Jerome Kersey. Hopefully he'll be back soon. I know he wants to be, and they need his participation. Eddie Johnson. They double team Eddie. Finds Kent. Banks it. Doesn't drop. Tip in. No. Nate McMillan puts it down.
They got Kemp to miss his first shot. He chased his second, and McMillan finished. So they're getting 3 opportunities, and that's what's hurting the Trailblazers at this point in trying to get control of the scoreboard. Turnover, and that's one of the few here in the third quarter for Portland.
It's their 9th of the game. Eddie Johnson at the other end. He's got 8 in the game. Blazers whittled it to within 2. Not now. Timeout, Portland. 5:13 to go. The Sonics lead.
Defensive rebound, and that is the story right there, and that's how the Sonics have been able to rebuild their lead as they come out with pressure against Duckworth, and that makes Portland take extra time off the shot clock. You got a mismatch on the perimeter with Porter being guarded by McKee.
Porter open, decides to drive, throws it up, blocked. Derek McKee. Portland now shooting 46% for the game. The Sonics at 43, but the Sonics have a 7-point lead. 3 seconds on the clock, that's all. Robinson inbound, lobbed it out high to Duckworth. Duckworth over to Drexler, turnover. Blazers come up empty-handed. McMillan, Eddie Johnson should go and does. They're on a 7-0 run. The Sonics, Eddie Johnson with 10.
Now you got to make Eddie Johnson guard down at the other end of the floor, and Cliff Robinson is being guarded by him. We'll see if they can get him the ball. They come to Duckworth.
Duckworth in the lane, gets it to go down. Wasn't a very good looking shot off the palm of his hand, but it went down, and Ducks got 10. Four-minute mark coming up to go here in the third period. Seattle continues to lead. Eddie Johnson hits for 2 more. Eddie Johnson. Design play twice in a row for Eddie Johnson. 6 in the quarter, 12 for the game.
He's got 3 straight hoops. You got to make him play this guy right now. And Cliff Robinson has a chance to get a good look. Buck Williams rebound. No foul, and they'll get it back.
I don't know how there cannot be a foul. There was a lot of contact. Rod Strickland will check into the lineup now.
Strickland replaces Duckworth.
Buck Williams right there squeezing through. Ball actually went off of his hand, and Portland's forcing it to get it back.
Drexler will inbound. 22 seconds on the shot clock. Out to Robinson. Robinson drives at the dotted line, gets it to go down. Tough shot with Eddie Johnson on him. He's got 6 1/4, 13 for the game. Cliff Robinson. Reach-in foul by Uncle Cliff at the other end, wearing that white headband. McMillan, by the way, 9 assists for Seattle.
Eddie Johnson faked up. Cliff Robinson thought he had all ball that time, but doesn't get a call.
And at the line, Eddie Johnson with 12 points.
But Eddie Johnson is really one of the great perimeter players that there has been in the NBA over the last 8 to 10 years. And you got to know that when he gets on a streak, any coach that has had him is going to work to him. And the way to cool him off is to make him guard at the other end of the floor. He gets 1 or 2 free throws.
76-68. 8-point game. Pressure on Buck Williams. Inside to Drexler. Had the ball batted away. Sean Kemp in the lane. And Eddie Johnson out of the backcourt. Drexler picks up the foul, his 4th.
The foul on number 22.
Drexler tried to slide that one through, but he makes a mistake right here. He's got no chance to get that ball from Eddie Johnson. Reaches across and picks up his 4th personal foul.
Tracy Murray checks into the Blazer lineup, and Terry Porter will sit down. Tracy in for some 3-point attempts and hopefully hoops. Eddie Johnson steals it, puts this one up as short, and Murray the rebound, and almost threw it away. Strickland corrals. Gets into the paint, trying to bounce pass. He's fouled. That's going to be on Derek McKee. That'll be his 4th.
His 4th. 3rd team foul.
Judgment is everything, and when you're playing defense, you got to have some good judgment. Right here, they're thinking that they can keep Strickland from penetrating. They get a foul, an offensive foul against Cliff Robinson. Can't buy a call as they're trying to post up against Eddie Johnson.
That'll be Cliff's third. That was on a quick inbound play. 2:45 to go in the third. 8-point Seattle lead. McMillan. Payton. Finds McMillan, gives up a three, gets it to Eddie Johnson. He'll probably shoot. Oh, he hit it. McKee, he's fouled. And Buck Williams comes up with a foul. That'll be his second of the game.
Eddie Johnson gets a little bit of a double team, and out of that, McKee slides to the rim, gets a return pass. Buck Williams with a personal foul penalty situation.
McKee with 14 goes to the line. Drills it. Next game, our cable game. Blazers and Don Nelson's Golden State Warriors. Live this coming Sunday beginning at 7 o'clock. Game time at the Coliseum. Cable pregame show at 6:30. Check your local listing for times. Strickland trying to lob the ball to Tracy Murray. Tipped out of bounds. 16 seconds on the shot clock. Blazers will try. The well has gone dry here in the last 5 minutes for them. They got to within 2. And momentum got them there. But they've lost the big mo as of the moment. Robinson drops. Draws a crowd. He'll shoot 2.
Derek McKee.
Foul at number 31.
5 on him.
Derek McKee, his fifth.
Carl probably will go to his bench.
Team foul.
5 fouls on Derek McKee.
Quick move by Cliff Robinson, gets him around, and McKee trying to make the block, gets him across the arm. Askew's going to come in the ball game. Along with Dana Barrows, Duckworth will get in for the Trailblazers.
Portland 17 for 27 at the line, and one more.
Substitutions for Portland.
Vincent Askew will come in for the Sonics, and as Steve said, Duckworth will come in for Buck Williams.
Number 17, Vincent Askew. Number 3, Dana
And with the
Barrows.
lineup that the Sonics have out on the floor, Portland has a chance in the final 2:11 to really get on a run if they get active out on the perimeter and defend. They've got a small lineup in. They don't have to worry so much about the board being covered by the Sonics if they miss. So now is a good effort for them defensively. They can force a mistake.
8-point game. Cage, Johnson, under 2 minutes to go. McMillan. No. Tapped to the side by Robinson. Chased down by the Sonics, Eddie Johnson. Askew kicks it back. McMillan. 15 seconds on the shot clock.
Looking to Eddie Johnson.
Why not? He doesn't get that one to roll down. Scramble for the ball. Cage with his back to the basket. Rolls it up over his shoulder and down. Michael Cage.
Portland is waiting for somebody else to take responsibility on the glass. Deep shot by Murray. His first miss of the night.
Cage the rebound. Long pass to Eddie Johnson. In he goes on Robinson. He draws a foul. A little help. Tracy Murray comes up with his second personal foul.
Eddie Johnson to the free throw line.
Drexler fortunate not to get a call there on over the back, but Cage looks deep and finds a wide open Eddie Johnson. Robinson thought he could get the ball, didn't. And Eddie Johnson has been the story in making the separation stick for the Sonics. 8 working on 9 at the line.
He's got him. Total of 15 for the game. 82-70. Just that quick. Blazers got to within 2. Now they're down by 12. Drexler for 3. Good. Big 3-point basket by Clyde Drexler. Trying to rally the troops. He's got 13 in the game. Under a minute to go in the third. Cage, Askew, blocked from behind Duckworth. The foul is going to be on Tracy Murray.
Foul number 31.
Murray gets caught in a position of being an observer and tries to come in from underneath. He should have stepped up a little bit earlier, and he was too deep gets caught against Nate McMillan. And McMillan is a guy that you can gamble off of if you move out early enough. McMillan is going to, from that position, try to get an offensive rebound.
Askew puts the first one down. That's his first point of the game. It's a 10-point Seattle lead as of the moment.
Askew is a guy that's bounced around in the CBA and in and out of uniforms. Last played for the Golden State Warriors, but George Karl is a guy that coached him. He likes him. It's the best thing about having a benefactor. If they like you, you get a job.
11-point Seattle game. Strickland, dotted line, flea flicker. Goes down and stays in the bottom of the twine. He's got 13, Rod Strickland.
Out of this, the Trailblazers want a perimeter shot, but after they get it, they've got to get back and get to the glass. Sonics have been crashing the entire third quarter.
10 seconds on the shot clock. Number 10, Nate McMillan with the ball. Back out to Eddie Johnson, the hot man. In he goes, throws it up. Glass, that's all. Duckworth up for the ball, and then he was pressured by Michael Cage. And they say Duck was out of bounds. It'll be Seattle ball with 2 seconds on the clock.
Well, the ball did not hit the rim. It hit the glass, but it didn't hit the rim. And in order for the shot clock to be reset, it has to hit the rim now.
Doesn't get it to go. Long rebound, Strickland. Strickland looking for Drexler. Strickland looking for the middle. He scores. Rod Strickland. Blazers have scored 4 in a row. 8 seconds to go. Cage.
They want McMillan to get penetration. Again, Tracy Murray.
And they do. That is not the defensive stand the Blazers wanted. Not at all.
They know that Tracy Murray is really struggling at the defensive end, and they give Nate McMillan a chance to go one-on-one. Normally in that situation, you've got to run at Nate McMillan and force him to pick the ball up before he gets in that position. Murray looking for a home run.
And it was short on a quick inbound play. So after 3, ladies and gentlemen, it is Seattle 86, Portland 77.
Mystery, but a good play for Kevin Duckworth and a good move, and Portland strikes quickly. Now this is where Portland has got to do the job. Not after the initial defense, but on the board. They have got to stop the Sonics. They get a foul against the Sonics as Mario Ellie had the rebound, and Nate McMillan stripped him of the ball, and trying to strip him of the ball, got a piece of it.
Duckworth got it started. It was not Terry Porter.
McMillan coming down the lane. Duckworth got a piece of it from the rear, and then McMillan trying to get it back, the personal foul.
Our contestant will receive a pair of tickets to a future Blazers home game and a $100 gift certificate from our friends at Payless Drugstore.
Tracy Murray down against the clock. That one looked like it was going to stay in, but popped out.
Portland shooting 47% for the game. The Sonics at 44. But getting out rebounded 44-24. Portland only had 4 rebounds in the third quarter. That hurts. Askew threads the needle. Puts it up. Tracy Murray, I would think. Let's see. You got it right, Shans. And that's 5 on Tracy Murray.
First team foul with the quarter against Portland. Into the game for Seattle, number 22, Ricky Pierce.
Well, the attendance tonight, Steve, we said 35 or better. 36,521.
Well, they only come here for big opponents.
Right,
and we know that Portland is a big attendance getter for them, as well as the Bulls, maybe a couple other teams. But
Boston's coming in here too, and Portland one more time for that matter. Askew now with 3 points in the ball game. 10:44 to go in the game. And Brooks the second free throw attempt. 87-79. Must get something started. Tracy Murray for 3. Well, that's the way to get it started. Rip City, baby. Tracy Murray, a couple of threes tonight. He's got 12 points.
That's where Murray is going to hurt the Sonics. So they have got to try to come back and attack him at the defensive end, try to get him out of the game. Good play for Eddie Johnson. First play where they've had a pass and a player wheel inside. Johnson has been a force since coming in the ball game.
That he has, and he took a rifle pass from Nate McMillan, scored a goal, fouled by Terry Porter.
The way you stop that play is to try to have pressure on the passer. Porter not able to get back in time. Fouls, and it's a three-point play for Eddie Johnson.
89-82. Back up by 7, the Sonics are. They had an 11-point lead at the end of 3. Porter pops out.
Porter's also got to get aggressive at the offensive end. Tries to drive. Thought he was going to get a whistle. The ball was knocked out of bounds.
Just as you mentioned the word aggressive, he drove the baseline, but they just get the ball back again.
Quick moves. The Sonics do a good job of closing the lane off, but Porter thought that Askew wasn't there in time. He had nothing.
Strickland up the middle, flea flicker, score the goal. Rod Strickland has 17. Eddie Johnson continues to be the hot man, rolls this one around, no good. Big number 40, Sean Kemp, 18 points. Another putback by Sean Kemp.
Illegal.
Ricky Pierce got stuck in no man's land.
Trailblazers should be shooting free throw. This is the second one.
As Buck Williams checks back, or will come back into the Blazer lineup.
Pierce was guilty in both situations.
Porter will attempt the technical. Illegal second illegal defensive call on the Sonics. And he put it down. Terry Porter with 9 points in the game. A tough 9 points for him. New 24 in the ball.
Trying to set a screen for Porter.
Yep. He was about ready to unload. Now Cage is on him. He's got 2 Sonics on him. Cross court to Duck. He puts it up. Palm ball bounces around and down. Just like the old pinball machine. Bounced around about 5 times and dropped in. He's got 14, Duckworth. Johnson gives it up. McMillan drives. Sonics come up with it.
That's what's been killing the Trailblazers and getting control of the scoreboard. Every time they do a good job on the initial play, the Sonics get it back. They're trying to look inside to Kemp. They force him out.
8 seconds on the clock. Now Eddie Johnson banks it. Hits. Eddie Johnson. 20 points in the game. He's the leading scorer in tonight's game thus far. Strickland. Gets it to bounce down. Another pinball shot. Rod Strickland's got 19. Oh, they open it up. Kemp runs the entire length of the floor. Michael Cage found him. An easy 2 for Sean Kemp. He's got 18. Duck throws up one that's short. Sonics with the ball. McMillan, Cage, Pierce, 2. Timeout coming up. Portland right now. 7:57 to go here in the Kingdome in front of 36,521. Seattle is leading. Turnover for Portland.
Well, what Drexler's got to do now is really settle down so that he can stay in the ball game. Really upset about the last call. And you know the Sonics are going to try to attack him. Pierce.
Brings it in and out. Strickland. Robinson. Ball batted away by Gary Payton. Back in for the Sonics. Still time to get something started. Robinson. He's fouled underneath. And that one's going to be on Sean Kemp. That's 4 on Sean Kemp. Now, free throw time's coming up again.
Robinson picks up the foul, but with the lineup that Portland has out on the floor, they got to think about taking the ball to the basket. And that's going to be their best chance to really make an inroad against the Sonics at their end of the floor. They're going to pick up some fouls.
Wow, folks. They must be going to a party. Holiday time here at the Kingdom. Cliff Robinson gets 2 to go down. 18 points in the ball game for Cliff Robinson. He's carrying his share of the scoring load tonight, 100-93. Sonics. Good ball movement by Seattle. Kemp to Sean Kemp.
You can live with Sean Kemp taking an outside shot. The Portland Trailblazers did a good job defensively that time. He made that shot. That's better than them missing it and put it back in. Michael Cage on the hook. So the Sonics are picking up some fouls, and what Portland wants to do, which will help them, they've gotten an advantage from going to the line more than the Sonics, but the Sonics have neutralized that by getting the ball off the glass.
Just their third team foul. Strickland back to Drexler, unloads for 3. No. Blazers fail to score. Cage pops one. Bounces around. Derek McKee leaps into the air up on the ball. Strickland trying to slap it away. McKee gets it again. Over to Pierce for 3. They score. 13 points for Ricky Pierce. 12-point deficit. Strickland fakes, drives, hands underneath. It's loose. Buck Williams, Robinson up the middle, stripped of the ball. Payton, Pierce, easy 2. Should be a timeout. There will be right now. And the Sonic fans are going crazy. 5:34 to go in the game. 107-93, Seattle.
Successive big plays. That one by Pierce on a three-pointer, and then they get a turnover for an easy 2 for Ricky Pierce. He's got 9 in the quarter. Portland, it still has time to get back in the game. They've got to try to take the ball to the rim. They cannot become a perimeter team. Strickland inside.
From Buck Williams, Rod Strickland, lightning ride, by the way, 21 points. And a nice letter from Jared Matthew Weber from Shaver Elementary School. He says, Shines, how about lightning ride? Well, not bad, lightning ride.
Trying to attack Drexler, he makes a steal.
Drexler, Robinson, middle of the floor, and he goes on Cage. It'll be good if it goes, but it doesn't, and he is fouled. He'll go to the line. Let's now pause 5 seconds for station identification. This is the Portland Trailblazers Television Network.
Cliff Robinson to the free throw line, shooting 2.
Cliff Robinson with 17 points goes to the free throw line. Now they become critical. There's the first one, nicely and cleanly. 107-96.
I thought they were critical from the start.
Yeah, right now they're very critical. Oh, put it in. He's got them both. 19 points. 107-98. Again, the Blazers need a defensive stand. Whistle away from the ball. Buck Williams post up with Sean Kemp. His third of the game for Buck.
13. Sonics have 14. And again, what Portland wants to do here is make the Sonics a perimeter team. But after they do that, they got to be aware of Kemp, McKee, and Cage going back to the rim.
15 seconds on the shot clock. Payton, top of the key, looking right. Nobody there. Kemp, whistle. Oh, a reach in. Terry Porter, the outside official. How in heaven's name could he see Terry Porter in there?
Well, he wasn't holding on Derek McKee. He's holding right in front of him.
Into the game for Seattle.
Cage out, McMillan in.
Replacing Michael Cage.
Millen will inbound. Gave it up, got it back. Porter on Nate McMillan. Kemp sets it up. Kemp, they go the other way. Get it back to Kemp. Blocked from behind by Cliff Robinson. Terrific defensive stand. Blazers have the ball. They need to score now, and in the worst way at this stage of the game.
Now, there's still plenty of time. What Portland wants to do is be aggressive in attacking the basket. They get a hold on McMillan, so they'll get to shoot free throws out of this.
That was a little give and go. Drexler and Terry Porter.
His third.
And Porter will go to the line.
Foul penalty.
Free throw time again.
You're in a 10-point contest with 4:04 left. What you want to do is make sure that you get a good look at the rim every time down. You see Porter's numbers, and he has a chance to get closer to a scoring average with these two from the line.
He gets the first one to go down. A moment ago, we were one off on the score. It's now 107-98 now. Terry with a big deep breath. The ball is up. It's in the air and down. 13 for Terry Porter.
Now they're going to come inside to Kemp. You want him to make a tough shot. Shot clock moving at 5.
He gives it up. Payton now 5 seconds on the clock underneath it. Derek McKee. They kick it to the strong side. And McKee flashed in, got the ball, and Derek's got 18.
Some good patience by the Sonics. Working against the shot clock. They got a good quick cut from McKee. And an easy 2. Drexler goes down. Pierce will get the call against him.
Foul on number 22, Ricky Pierce. His fourth.
Ricky Pierce wears the number 22, and he fouls number 22. That's 4 on Ricky Pierce. Free throw time again.
With the free throw line, number
Drexler
22,
with 13 points in the game. Time remaining, 3 minutes, 28 seconds.
Plus the penalty shot for 2 shots.
Free throw by Clyde. It's good. 14. One more attempt. It's on its way. He's got them both. 109. 101. Again, within 8. Blazers need, again, another defensive stand.
Now, Portland showed trap, but the Sonics have done a good job of attacking, and that's what they do with Pierce, and he cashes.
All right, and that's a huge basket for the Sonics. Ricky Pierce, 11 in the quarter, 17 for the game. 111-101. Ricky Pierce. Porter's driving, rolling up and in.
Terry Porter.
Didn't get the call, but he got the basket.
Quick drive,
points.
Porter. He's got 7 in a quarter. You got an 8-point game. Again, it's defense, and Portland has got to do a good job of controlling Nate McMillan. He's the guy that's making a trigger play. He finds Pierce again. Pierce on fire now. He's got 13 in the quarter.
And a total of 19 for the game. Back-to-back baskets by Ricky Pierce. Huge. Over to Robinson, turns around, drops it for Strickland, put it up, pass it around, not good. Robinson around. He hits the deck. Tumbles over backwards. McMillan picks up the foul. That's 4 on Nate.
The tempo of the ball game really hasn't been much of a story in terms of one team having a big advantage. The Sonics have done a better job of attacking in breaking situations, but where they have really controlled Portland has been at the offensive glass, and that was Portland's first chance here in the fourth quarter to have a couple of cracks at scoring. Robinson misses the first free throw.
Cliff with one more. He's got 19. Will he have 20? He does. Cliff Robinson, averaging just a shade under 20 on the regular season, has 20 tonight. Both these teams will have identical records if the Sonics go on to win this. How about the West? Is it tough? Is it strong? Or what?
Now Pierce looking at the clock and knowing that he's got his stroke going. They move it one more time and they get a foul against Cliff Robinson. That's going to be a shooter for McKee and the Sonics.
That's 4 fouls on Cliff Robinson. And a Seattle timeout. 2:08 remaining to be played in regulation. 113-104, Seattle. Identical records of 14-7. And the second game of this series will be Tuesday night.
Well, the lesson that the Trailblazers have to learn from this ball game is that they cannot break down and think that they're going to be able to keep the Sonics off the glass. They've got to do a better job of staying home in their defensive assignments and making sure they have those bodies between the Sonics and the hoop. Otherwise, they're going to see them crash all night long. Kemp has 9 in the quarter.
23 for the game. Drexler starts to drive at the other end. He is knocked down by Sean Kemp. That's 5 fouls on Sean Kemp. Cliff Robinson playing with 5 fouls, but Drexler will go to the free throw line.
Drexler has 5 as well, but if you're George Carlin, the Sonics, you don't want the clock to stop now. I mean, certainly the Trailblazers haven't been able to take advantage of the stops, but every time it stops, the Trailblazers have a chance to score cheaply, and then something bad can happen out of that.
Seattle substitution.
Free throw is missed.
Number 3, Dana
15 points for Clyde Drexler. Coming out, rebounded 51 to 29.
They throw long, and Sean Kemp's over the top. Nice pass from Derek McKee.
Yeah, Tracy Murray just got out of the way. He didn't want to get hurt.
Well,
the freight train coming down. It was a steal. McKee all alone. This one is history. Timeout called by Portland. Timeout. 1:28 to go in the game. Sonics lead 122-105. Joe Wolf in for the Blazers, along with Dave Johnson, Reggie Smith, Tracy Murray, and Rod Strickland to finish out the play. Steve Scheffler, a third-year 6'9" pivot man out of Purdue, just recently signed by the Sonics, is in. Eddie Johnson drops 2 more, and the Blazers are down by 19.
This final score looks a lot worse than the ball game really was, but the Trailblazers broke down at about the 3-minute mark, and the Sonics really came in a hurry, and they've been able to cash on every opportunity.
Well, Dana Barros tries to excite the crowd. Doesn't get it to drop. Strickland, Murray, short.
Push on Scheffler.
Going up for the rebound. All of this with 43 seconds to go.
Foul on number 55.
Portland shooting 48% for the game. The Sonics at 50%, but the rebound. That has been a huge story.
Little NBA violated on the glass, particularly at the offensive end.
18 seconds to go. Patio's in the ball game now to get it to Barros. Into Johnson. Wolf got a hand on that with Dave Johnson. Here comes Strickland up the middle. Leaves it for Reggie Smith. He scores. Reggie Smith. 3 seconds. Horn coming up. Scheffler. Patio. Gerald puts it up. Will not count if it goes. It doesn't, but the game is over. And the Sonics led right from the beginning. Final score, Seattle 126 and Portland 109.
Came away with